Hmm. Very weird dreams last night. I don't even know how to describe. It feels like stuff is escaping, and it's always escaping, and you're trying to gather it. Just like somebody once mentioned, herding cats. And you're trying to get a whole lot of people to do something that they don't want to do. It's like herding cats. It's an interesting phenomenon. It goes along with the like the more you try to grab onto something, the more it tries to get away from you. It's like when people say when you stop trying to find love, that's when it comes to you. When you stop trying to find money, trying to find happiness, stop trying to go after all these things, that's when you find it. That's when it comes. I think it's something similar to that. Um, but this dream was, just on the weird. Let me put it this way: there was a fire going on. It was white. It was snowy. This fire was like bluish white. So in the higher colors, some scientists out there will know exactly what kind of element is burning based on the color of the flame. And that's actually a thing. Like they know what light is coming from stars. They know what elements are in the star because of the spectrum of light. It's a fascinating thing. So this wasn't a normal fire. It wasn't producing a lot of smoke. It was pretty much contained in a small area. And we, it's like we like the group, whatever I was with, was kind of like camping on the top of this mountain. I don't think we were actually camping. I don't think that was our purpose. I mean, it's just like dreams. There's weird purposes, but that's the kind of essence that it reminds me of. Is those times when I was camping. Except, I don't usually camp in the winter. So there's ice all over the road, and that's important later, a little bit later on. Um, but there's this fire. It's like we were trying to escape the fire, trying to save people from the fire, or trying to save the land from the. I don't know. It seems like there's purpose up there. The fire had something to do with it. We were not so much concerned about the fire spreading. So odd elements in this. Here's the strange thing. It's like I had to get down this mountain driving. This is where the ice all over the roads. It's like driving down a mountain. Very, very dangerous when there's ice all over the road. Yeah, it's like just stay off the road. There's this electric stuff also, like everywhere on the road. Well, especially on the road. It's like what it was the ice and the it's like whatever it was like crackling electricity all over the road. And I wanted to say it was kind of separate from the fire. But it's like it had the same color as the fire, and at first I thought that electricity was what they were talking about when they were talking about the fire. But no, the fire was something else. There was this other area of fire, and then there was this electric. And somebody had stepped in, and the electricity like sort of swarmed into them as well. Didn't hurt them, or at least as far as like normal electric current. It didn't harm this person. But it's very strange. I mean, it just left me feeling like despondent. Like just can't ever get away from problems kind of. It wasn't like a nightmarish thing where you wake up in a sweat, or you wake up just, like heart beating so fast. This is, I felt, as far as that goes, as far as like cardio and breathing, they felt normal. So it wasn't a true nightmare or a normal nightmare situation. Even though, like, describing these elements, it seems like it should have been a nightmare. So maybe that's another odd part about this dream is that it didn't feel like a nightmare. It's kind of like that meme. Some individual sitting in a room, fires all around. Oh, this is fine. This is fine. So it's that kind of weird. So I was just the last part of this dream was driving, trying not to slip and basically spin and then fall off the road and down the mountain. Which just that kind of fear alone would have kept me from even attempting to drive anywhere any other time. Even driving flat when it's icy makes me feel squeamish. But it's like I felt like this is important. I have to get through this. Have to get through. Whatever it was I thought was important. Like whether it was like saving somebody or getting to somebody or rescuing. It's like something felt like it was important enough to go through all of this. And that seems like an important element of this. Seems like a very significant element. It's like when you feel like something is important, you'll go through a lot of things that you don't normally do. So this is that kind of strange. But it's like usually if I have those kinds of dreams where I'm helping somebody, or I feel like I'm, I guess when I woke up I felt like just an all-around failure. Whatever I'm doing, it's a failure. I don't personally think anything in life is. I feel like I'm bad at a lot of things, but I feel like there's this like vibe going through, this energy going through that just feels like it's trying to get everybody angry. Like you see the news, you see like even national news, countries around the world. It's so much anger, so much frustration, so much angst. It sounds like a it sounds like the popular books or the popular teenage books or popular teenage music that was around a while ago. Like that was the theme. It's just constant theme is angst. Everything was way more intense than it actually was. Like somebody recently pointed out, like, these people are making problems out of things that are just. It's not this is not a ridicule on that. It's like their life is so easy that they are making problems that don't need to be there. And it's like we need real problems so that these little things don't feel as as much of life-toppling events as we're making them out to be. I mean, it sounds silly. It sounds ridiculous that we do that, but like we all are doing that. It's just some people are like monetizing it, um, becoming national news because of it. So it's the thing with me. It's like feels like I should feel that way, or like that's just another wave of energy passing through, and I'm just like, yeah, not giving into that. There are things I need to do. There are things that are real, that are, like messy situations that need to be worked on. But in general, I feel, hey, like life is pretty. I mean, comparatively, for me, it's like I'm not struggling with bills. I'm not struggling with. I was gonna say relationships. It's like, have I ever had a relationship? It's like it's more like wanting somebody to like me, and I don't have a clue if they do or not. Um, I mean, that was the more problems I've had throughout my life. Real, like, I know some people think that those aren't real problems either. But people break up over simple things. People get into relationships that are just very shallow. Uh, is there anything long lasting anymore? It's like we have that sort of sense of, hey, no, you're going to buy this really you're going to put a lot of money into this phone, this computer, this whatever it is, this car, when you know they're not going to last very long. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you spend so much money on something that's not going to last more than 6 years? Some things don't even last that long. 6 years is long for a car. When we think about that, like how much money we just shove out the window. It's like it's no no wonder we're having so much economic. Yeah. That's not just on these billionaires. It's every individual's. It's got this strange problem of throwing money away. Like they don't need to do it. And again, I think it's tied into that same sense of the problems aren't real. So back to the dream. I think that's what it's really showing me, telling me, is that there's a lot of things that just aren't really problems. Like they seem like they're real problems. We're trying to make them into real problems, but they aren't. How do you still like live in life, integrate with life, interact with life, and not let these silly things be the thing that tears you down, that makes you feel like everything is bad, everything is horrible, everything is not worth. There should be so much more to life than that. It's like we should, like I've put out videos like looking for happiness. If you actually just you have that desire to open, you're not like waiting for happiness to happen, living your life and then just keeping a side glance for the happiness, you're more likely to find it. And I think that same thing, finding purpose, is like if you're open to it, you're not actively like putting your life on hold till you have purpose. living however you live, and then as you go along, you go, yeah, now I have purpose. Like I think that is what needs to happen.